Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera, and we've got Doug in the house. I've worked Doug really hard this morning. I got him to use the roller, and I got him to roll me 3 of these bad boys for the wheel openings. And what we're doing today on this video is we're going to try to make the wheel openings fit the truck. There's nothing that tells us what to do. We're doing it by eye, and that's what we're doing. And when we're all talking here, I want to keep the math out of it. I don't want no math involved. All I want is visual. So if I like what it looks like, then I'm going to go with it. That's how I build things, is visual. I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to do this, and this has got to be this, and this has got to measure this, and this has got to be this. No, it's all going to be done by visual, and the reason being is that's how I do things, and I think it's just easier that way for me. So we have 4 of these rings, and we're saying they're all the same. What I've got here is and as I'm doing this video, this is all on the fly. I have no idea exactly how we're going to do it, but we're going to troubleshoot as we roll the video. Have a 31-inch wheel on the ground. The wheel in the back, I think, is a 29-inch. The 31-inch wheel there, I just had one. I just went to put a circle around it. It gave me a circle. What is going on now? I just have to figure out. What size of wheel opening I want. As you can see, these wheel openings that we have, these square stock, it's all free-handed, and we stop when we felt like it. It's a 31-inch wheel, so I'm saying that right there would be a 32-inch opening for a bigger wheel because it's obviously on the outside of that. I want a certain distance around the wheel, like I want 2 or 3 inches around the wheel for the look. Also, this is not going on top of the wheel. This is going on the outside of the wheel. So the suspension is going to be able to come inside here. It's like your wheel well of your car. Your wheel well might be up here to give you more suspension. So this is going on the outside. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to make the right opening. I'm just making the openings for the wheel wells right at the present moment, and I want to make 4 the same. We've got 4 rings that are the same, and we want to make 4 wheel openings the same. And we want to try to connect them somehow, basically. So what I've got going on here is now I'm going to talk to myself. I've got the wheel that got drawn on there. Now I want to figure out ride height for the wheel opening. So if I need a tape measure. Thanks, Douglas. If I take the ruler and I slide it up there like that, this is the distance between the wheel. So if I take that, this is the wheel in here, this piece, where the marker is. So right there, I'd have a 9-inch distance. So if I measure up 9 inches, there's where my wheel opening would come down to. Also, I have these pieces on the end. I do not want to waste them. And the reason being is, if you look at that truck, I'm going to just let's draw the truck right here. We'll draw the truck is round in the front. Don't know if I'm doing the exact same thing or not. I've come up with a different plan, sort of. I've got a wheel. On the Doodlebug, it's got a point on the bum. Not sure if I'm going there, but wheel. Looks like that. What I've been thinking is, been looking at toy trucks. I like the idea of the flat bum. Not sure yet. I'm just thinking I don't want to build the exact same thing what I'm doing here, but these are the pieces I'm trying to make. If you look at it from the side angle, if we look at it saying, it's got, say this is a wheel. The truck comes up a little bit straight, and then it goes around, and then it rounds off quite flat, and then it's got another nice round piece going on there, and then comes down flat with the wheel. That's what I see on that Doodlebug. It's not perfectly round all the way around. We're not building the Oscar Mayer wiener, but it's flat. See these pieces here, as I get looking at it, these pieces here where it's got a little bit of straightness going on here because we couldn't get all the way through the roller. When we build this up straight, we're going to get this going, it's going to come up straight. Then there's going to be a piece that's going to have a nice curve to it. And then we'll have a graze going over the top. And then there'll be a nice curve on the other side. If I do the right cut, I can use these pieces here to do that curve. And then join it together, weld a piece together and make a nice, nice curve. And use these tight curves to do the edge. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying. So
I hope it all works.
I hope it all works too. So these pieces are valuable to me. I don't want to waste them pieces because
don't want to waste anything.
Doug's sweating like nobody's tomorrow, and it's because he worked hard to try to get them all wound in there. This pipe is not thin wall; it's quite thick wall. But I want these pieces, so I want to make them all the same length. So when I cut this off, to me, it's quite crucial. It's crucial to get them all. Just measure. There's a 10-inch. I do not mind a 10-inch, and the reason being is, generally when you put an engine in something and you weight it all down, you'll generally get a 2-inch drop in your suspension. So basically, it would probably drop down once it's all built, and if you put a little trailer hitch on the end and you put something on the back, it's got some good springs in it, it probably would come down a couple inches. Same with the front. Once you put an engine in it, it probably would come down a couple inches. So 10 inches is not bad. I don't mind 10 inches. That's the wheel. So these pieces here, I want the same length. That doesn't look the same length to me. Just looking at it right now. I'm going to go with a 10-inch, I think, for the wheel opening. If I take a tape measure and measure to the ruler from this edge, say if I go, just to make it easy on myself, I go 15. Go from this edge, 15. And I go this edge, 15. Nope, in there. So I'm connecting in the same spot. I'm bringing that 15-inch right to the edge here. Jesus, Vina. 15. 15. I'm thinking those are the same length. So, whether I cut, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut one off and use it as a pattern. I don't know if I even spelled that right. And pattern. So I'll cut one off, and then I'll just flip it over, match it on this one, and then I'll cut that one off. And we'll keep this one as the pattern. This will be the one that we cut every one of them off with. Also, when you see that we've got this round, it's gonna tuck in on the wheel a little bit. It's gonna tuck on the wheel a little bit. If I went up here, it would look more straighter, but it does not matter. If we want it straight, at a certain point, we just relief it, straighten it, if we want it straight. Alrighty. I'm going to cut one off. I'll cut the pattern off, and then I will put you Douglas to work cutting the other ones off, but I want to cut this one off, and then we'll just take a look at it.
Sounds good.
So I've been looking at different things on the internet, toy trucks, cars, and stores, stuff like that. So things will change full time, and change is good. Let's check this out. I want to straighten that out. I haven't got that real straight. I'm going to straighten that out. Yeah, how close we are. Look at that, Douglas. Huh? Look at that.
My bends are perfect.
You can see there where it's right on the money.
Sweet.
Right on.
Good job, man.
Well, thanks. Now, I've got one end cut a little, not the straightest.
You got her, buddy.
You can see I've got them a little bit. Now, these pieces could be used when it comes up here, and then we can have that round shape going over here. That's what I'm thinking about using these for. And we will have 8 of them, will we not? 2, 4. We'll have 8 of them, so that will be really good. So we've got a pattern. I'll give that to you. You're going to slide that on each one of those and just do this. And then mark it. Exactly. Put it on there and mark it. One thing I want to do is straighten that off a little bit before you do it. See how that's, yeah, I got that crooked a little bit.
Yeah.
Just going to straighten it off a little bit for you. Use this one every time.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. And we'll put these over here so we have them all. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what I'm saying right now. I'm going to put this over there for Doug. And I keep reminding everybody there's no rules on this. It is what it is. Like, we are basically making something from nothing. And there's the wheel opening. You can see how it kicks around with the wheel. This is a bigger wheel, so probably don't fit it. Just want to see what happens here. I need to get each, I need to have some kind of, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to weld these together, and then I can pluck them across. I had them there in the first place. I need a jig to help me put them in place is what I need, and then I can attach them somehow. You go ahead, Doug, if you like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weld all this square stock together. We only picked up 4 pieces this morning. He's going to plug that while he's cutting. So I got a piece of square stock here. So I'm just going to nail these together and hoping that this is as straight as I can. I'm not keeping them 4 pieces together. I'm just using them to lay across here. So I'm going to weld these 2 pieces together, them two pieces together. We'll lay them across. Then we can lay each ring on those and see if we like it. See if we like it. And if we don't like it, we change it. That's how it rolls. Put a little gap in it so it stays together. I need to check to see if I had it straight or not, but it's okay. And as you can tell, we took it outside and we sandblasted it. And the reason we done that is because, do your pieces feel the same? Are they the same? Did you line them up at all? Are you happy with them? Are they close? Or we'll make them all close in the end when we put them as patterns, but good. Awesome. That's the pattern, right?
That is my pattern.
Right on. That's the pattern. So we're just going to use these and run them across the body to make it look good. And as you're watching this, there's different ways. Like, you could do this so many different ways, but I'm thinking this is my easiest way that I'm thinking right now. Like, if, you know, I asked Doug and I asked Jolene, we all sort of thought about it for a second. This doesn't seem to be a too bad a way to put them on there, so we're going for it. Did I weld that? No. And as you're watching this, you can think about how you would make all the wheel wells look right. Squeeze them in a little bit. We want the wheel opening on the outside of the wheel. I'm liking that right there. I'm liking the look of it. I am going to have to what I'm going to do is, I like the look of that. I think we're a little higher in the center than we are on the edge, I think we're a little higher here than we are there. And I'm going to go by looks. I'm not going to go by measuring all this stuff and trying to get the tape measure and that's flopping around. It's all by eye. It's a little higher here. But what I'm thinking is, this distance over here will not change, but this distance here will change with something going on the truck. So as soon as there's weight on it, this distance here is definitely going to change. This here is basically not going to change a whole bunch because of it's going around the tire. The tire's going up inside. It might get a little bit closer. So the distance that I have, I like it. I like it. I like it. So the distance that I have right here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece in there, weld it together, and have the exact same length here, weld it there, put the exact same length welded over there, then it's going to hold it exactly the same is what I'm thinking. Could be wrong, but I could be right too. I like to have a little piece of square stock, but... What's that, sweetheart?
Seems like that side is lower.
Yes, I haven't... Jolene's saying that this side here seems to be lower than this side. It possibly could be, and it probably is. But right now, I'm just going for the shape around the wheel. Once I get that, then I can adjust this and tack it to this. I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. It's all... Now, I might just use that piece. I got right there because it's so close. I'll just cut another one the same and I'll weld them in there. Why not? It's right there. There was not sure I seen a comment on Facebook. There was a person asking what kind of metal blades are we using to cut with? And we're using a Diablo, is it called? Is that what it's called? The Diablo, that's what we're using. Fine tooth, it's really good. Yeah, they cut real good. So I'm going to make one of these cut. Just gonna wait a second. So now we have 8 of those. If they work out, that's going to be fantastic because that'll help us to make that opening. I want to make these the same. I want to make these the same. A little bit of a difference there. Again, we got enough overhang on that side. We got just enough hang. I just want to check that out for a second. Yeah, got enough overhang. I'm going to put this piece in there. So we'll do that one straight with the thing.
Looks good.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, looks good.
We'll do one over here. And you can see what I done there. I took the garbage can. There was a piece that almost fit, and I went with it. And the reason being is, why not? Like there's no rules. There was no measurement I was going by. Stop it. There's no measurement I'm going by.
No math.
There's no math going on. We're going with what we think looks good, and that was close enough, and I went with it. Basically, I'm going with it, and that's good there. Using all the all the metal, not trying to waste anything. Just going to tack this one as long as it's tight. That's good, Doug. All right. Now we have that on there. We're going to make something up for, so we have the same distance on either side. I'm not sure if the tire size is exactly the same. I know the tire on this side has got better treads than it has that side. So I'm saying that they're not the same height, that's for sure. But it does not matter because we're using the truck and these two pieces of square stock to plan our wheel well. So when we do put the same size tire on, it's the same place. What I'm thinking is, that could go back a little bit, but what I want to do is, I want to it'd be nice to do the front at is that right? Fina wants to go outside. I'll let her outside. What we can do, if we can, we'll use the exact same jig here to put the front wheel opening on. We'll use the exact same jig as long as we get it running the same playing field as this. We have to run that same playing field up front, but we'll wait till we do that. We need, what I'd like to have is to get those wheel arches in the exact same place, is I'd like to have a jig on the, what I mean by a jig, or something to go here to hold the same distance, and something here to hold the same distance, and that would make it the same distance on both sides. So what is that going to be? Paint can? Try 4 paint cans. Is that close? Paint can piece of wood. Paint can piece of wood.
Almost.
Yeah. Pretty close, eh?
Pretty close.
We can just use that for eye. Just back just a little bit. Just kind of moving that. And all this is doing is keeping our distance on the top, right? A little bigger opening on that side than that side. Come forward a little bit. And I can see that it's not touching either one. That looks pretty damn good right there. You can see I got like an 1/8 underneath there, and basically an 1/8 underneath there. I'm not liking the floor in the shop because it's not the levelest. You'll never guess who probably panned it out. That's looking pretty good to me right there, to be honest with you. Now, if I had a piece to go inside of here to hold it out the distance. Haven't got any small piece of that square stock right now, have I? Used it all up.
That's in the garbage can.
What I'm looking for is to put a piece of this 1-inch stuff across the front of the wheel, like we can get that straight up and down. Once we put a piece in here, then we can get that to swing out where it's supposed to be. I do not want to cut that.
Put this piece here on the floor.
That's the 1-inch or 3/4 inch. Not sure if I want to. Round stock. I want a piece of flat stock to go across there. I guess the quicker I cut a piece, the quicker it gets done, isn't it? Huh?
Level.
What's that?
Level.
Actually, that might not be a bad width. Good thinking, Doug. Good thinking. It's not a bad width at all. It's good width, right on the money, I would say. Just want to swing this out. You want to put this against the wheel. We want to bring this out a little bit so it looks the same. It's going to take us a little bit to get it where we like it. Maybe I should junk that 3/4 inch. It might be out too far. Would you like it out too far or what? I like where the distance, everything is looking good. The wheel, I'm basically just trying to put the wheel arch in it. I'm thinking that that's out a little bit much. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that.
You don't want to agree with me the rest
I'm
of
going
it?
to agree with you on that.
If I got some 3/4 inch, just smaller, just takes it in a bit more. It looks too wide going from there, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this piece. Jolene pointed it out. And we're going to take this. So I just want to take the screw out of it for a minute. Come on. It's hard to believe how blind a feller gets. You know? I'm at that age where...
Oh, stop.
It's true. It's true. So this is the stuff that takes time. Like, I mean, yeah, whip her together, but I mean, we want to try to make it look as good as possible for the eye. That's all we're trying to do, is make it look good to the eye. Another thing I'm thinking too, as I get looking at it, what we have here has got a rake on it. So in actual fact, the back should be up just a little bit more than the front.
She's got a hot rod rake on her.
It's got a hot rod rake. So what's going to happen is we've got the touching on that one, touching on that there. We'll probably haul it forward to get the rake, to give the gap back there instead of in the front. When we go to the front, we're not going to be able to use those cans because we're going to be lower to the ground. Probably end up using boards. I'm going to use this piece. This is probably 1/2 inch. Oh. Good thing it's just a 2x4. We'll use this here. We're going to slide that in against that, Doug. And then take a look at her. That's better.
Yeah.
Just trying to... That looks good. Don't it? Looks better.
Yeah.
Tighter.
Better, yeah.
Get in there. Get in there. How's that look to you, Doug?
Looks good to me, man. I like that better than level.
Yeah, looks better to me too. Now what I want to do is go down that end and look at it that way. You get a short distance when you get back a little bit, and then you can see. And all I'm looking for is the distance in between here and the wheel.
It looks the same to me.
Good. So when Jolene wants to get down there so everybody else can see. So basically what I'm looking at, sometimes the camera fools you. Like sometimes if I watch the show, that looks good right there. Well, it obviously didn't look that good because I wouldn't have moved it to me when I'm here. But sometimes it gives you an optical illusion on that camera. But we have it hard up against the bottom. What basically we're trying to do is make it the same distance from this side into the wheel all the way around. And now I want to make it with the same distance from this side. I want to make the same distance going on from here to the tire. from there to the tire. Basically, is what I'm looking for. And to me, it could come ahead a little tiny bit. That's welded together. What do you think, Doug? It could actually be nice to have something you could slide in there to make it exactly the same. That looks good. I'd almost go with that.
Looks neat.
Does it look mint?
Looks neat.
I'm going to take and slide that all the way down on the front of this piece because I said that from before. We'd want a little higher in the back. All right, I like that where it's at right now. So, in all honesty, I would like to attach it. And in all honesty, it would be nice to keep that square, that piece across the back to hold it there. It'd almost be better if I took and tacked that all in place and left it. The reason being is because it's holding everything. That's what I'm going to do. So what's going to happen is, if I start moving stuff, or I start taking a piece from there and try to weld it over there, things are going to start to move. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to tack that on this. And then when we start building things to it, then I can free it up, is what I'm thinking. Like, it'd be better to have that sitting on there so it cannot move than have it moving all over the place and use this for the front. I'll have to make another one. All right, I'm thinking that we're good. And I'm just going to start tacking it on there. I might actually move that in just a bit, but I'm going to tack the top on. What do you think? The bottom's tight.
Bottom's tight at the top. I think you're right.
You think that can come in a little bit, you think?
Yeah.
Well, this is what I'm going to do.
Maybe probably throw it off.
I'm going to tack it. And go this way because I don't want to move nothing. I'm just going to tack it right here. Just so it can't move. We're not looking to nail her down or anything. You think the top can come in a little bit? Or you think that's good? Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'd go with it.
I'm going to tack this from the outside. Now we're at where we think we should be. What? Okay, I'm going with that. I wish,
change your mind.
well, not say wish, but I'm hoping that we're in the center on that side, because as soon as I move this side,
And throw it all off.
throw it all off. I don't know. It don't look, to me, it looks smaller on that side, but see, that's the thing. Let's go to the other side. We have, we might as well take, I guess it doesn't matter, that shouldn't swing in or swing out. We've got it tacked. It must have welded itself there. Oh, like that. See, now to me that's got to be moved, but
This way a little bit.
yeah, it does, doesn't it? What's going to happen is it's going to move that over there, is it not?
Maybe just move her ring a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. How's that?
You have it lined up right there. Good.
Look at that now, would you?
Look at that.
Perfect. Got a little same distance on either side. Now we're just going to eye this bad boy up. I don't mind that, but it's not the same. I got to get that out some from the wheel. See, this is what I don't like. That moves that over there, don't it?
Yes.
Damn it. Nope, let's do this. Let's cut that. Yeah, this is just going back and forth. So I'll just cut that. That way there I can move that where it needs to back and forth where it needs to be. It's welded on here.
Yep.
And that just needs to be moved on that. So we can do what we need. I'll just cut that. Bump, 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 bump. And then we'll have to come back to it and eye them both up at the same time and then weld it. We're at the right distance. It's just, let's do this now. This one here, we're not back as far. We want this out here like this. We're gonna do the exact same thing. Let's do this, Douglas. You wanna get her out there? Put that out there. Put that there. Put that on there. You got that, you got yours tied in. Beautiful. That has to come ahead some. Doug, can you sort of hold? Just hold, no, I want maybe just put your hand on this and hold that. Just kind of hold that. It might be, just for the sake of the build. Now. I wonder if this is how GM does it.
I'm sure it is. They put shims in it.
They do, don't they?
Yeah. I think you buy a shed, you get a bag of shims with it.
That looks good there. Looks real good. We'll get the gap at the back, and have the gap in the back on that side. Now I want to do the distance in the front and the back. And that looks good. Just looking for the, eyeing it. Front, back. Does it look good up and down? Huh? Looks good, don't it? Put that in there like that. That looks good. Looks good, that distance there. Come back over your side, take a look at yours, Doug. That can go just ahead, just a little tiny bit. I think you can. What do you think, Doug?
Yeah, I agree.
Just a little bit that way?
Gap in the back there.
Just, okay, so. Is that good?
Yep.
I like your confidence.
Take a look at it.
I like
in you.
I like your confidence. I like your confidence.
Got a good eye.
You got a good eye?
Got a good eye.
I don't know what to think. I got a good eye.
What do you think?
It does. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Come over this side and take a look. What's it look like on camera, Jolene? Does it look good and tight and right in the middle of the wheel? If you'll come over in the middle of the wheel, you'll come over this way a little bit more, Jolene? Come over that way just a bit more? Yeah, you might be in the middle. What do you think? Does it look good?
Mint.
Does that one look good too?
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Look good straight up and down. Look good? Give me a big hell yeah. Oh hell yeah, she says. Oh hell yeah. Alrighty, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. We got the back wheel arches. I'm thinking that we have them in place. We have them in place. I'm going to take, now that we have I want to cut them pieces of 2x4 in half, and we'll get a gallon of paint on the other side and a gallon of paint on the other side. Maybe what we'll do is I'll get another piece of this. I think we got another piece of the side, and we'll tack them so they're at the right distance. Then I'm able to go to the front, put these ones in place, and then I'll be able to lay my flat stock of this stuff from here up to the front wheel. And then we'll have 4 wheel openings in place. And then it's just a matter of connecting it. I want to get, where are we at for time? 45 miles to get it all in place. There's another one of those. If we want to pull the, if you want to go outside, Doug, I just making sure the can's the right can. I'll use them all metal pro cans because they won't change on me, I don't think. If you want to go outside, Doug, right in front of that building, there's 2 pieces of this stuff. That stuff right there.
Gotcha.
Bring in both of them if you like, please. So I'm going to take the 2x4 away.
Nice,
I'm going to cut it in half so we can have one on either side. Gonna eye it up for center. How close are we? Oh, we're off by half. Oops. If you want to take one of those and cut me the same length as that one over there, then we'll use one for each wheel. You can take that. You can take that piece right there if you like. Watch out. That's fine. This is the piece we had. Just gonna put that back in place. That's just back. That's good and tight against the wheel. And you're putting your wheel over to it. Yep, good. So I'm gonna get another can. That can of body fill. I get a can of paint if I can. There's the can I'm looking for. Just trying to get the best read I can using all the 4 same cans. Ooh, I love it. This one kind of flopped out. You want to pull that out, Doug? Just pull that just a little bit. Yeah, pull it out towards you, that's all. Let it down.
Got a little bit of pressure on that.
Yep, that's fine. We'll take that out when we put the square stock to it, right? I'm gonna take that out. I want to put it the other way. I guess yeah, I want to just pull it out. There, let her down. Nope, I want to take it out, put it back the other way. And the reason being gives a better read on this side. Wheel opening's still the same. Got the same distance going. I'll go to the other side. Now, what I could do for shits and giggles, this is what we're going to do for shits and giggles. Your side, Dad? Come take a look, baby. Just for shits and giggles. Put it on maybe on the inside, maybe. Yep, the inside. Just bring it back this way. Yeah, there you go. So we're at 90.5. And all this is going to tell us, we're going to go down the bottom, I'm going to slide underneath, and we're going to go in the front here. All this is going to tell us is if we got these pieces right. You know what I mean? It's 90.5 at the top, and at the bottom, if they're level, if they're plumb, it should be 90.5 at the bottom.
Take yourself.
Go down, reach to the stick. Yeah, come take a look. We're at 90.75, so we're off 1/4 inch. So in all fact, we've got them leaned in a little tiny, like 1/8 of it. We got, well, if you want to say it, well, it's less than 1/4 inch actually. It's 1/8. We're 90 7/8, or what are we? 90 3/4. We're 90.5 at the top, so we're off 1/8 inch at the top on each side. That's not something I'm going to worry about. Yeah. 1/8 inch, and I can show you 1/8 inch off just on this by measuring this to the wheel to the other side. So I'm happy with that. We did a pretty good eye. That's a pretty good eye. We're off by 1/8, like this. So we're 1/4 inch wider at the bottom, and we're leaned at the top 1/8 on either side. 1/8 is not very much. Alrighty, thanks everybody for coming back. We appreciate it. This is the sort of stuff that has to be done to get this thing rocking and rolling. Once we get all the stuff in place, then we really be rocking and rolling. But if you like, throw a comment in. And if you want to, it'd be great. You share and subscribe. Let's get people subscribed. This is going to be a pretty cool project, I think. I've got a lot of different things coming towards this. I'm not going to build the exact machine that we're looking at on the internet, but I am using that as inspiration, and I would hope that nobody wants me to build that anyways. They would like to see something a little bit different. All right, everybody, have a great day, and come back tomorrow. We'll be here.